We be rising in nature every day, getting some vitamin D, and that's what we're talking about today. Vitamin D, also known as the sunshine vitamin, because it is manufactured in the human skin when in contact with ultraviolet light from the sun's rays. It is a fat-soluble vitamin that is related to several fat-soluble vitamin variants, which are sterile, cholesterol-like substances. The whole body participates. The skin, bloodstream, liver, and kidneys all help the formation of fully active vitamin D. This important vitamin is known to help the body absorb and retain calcium and phosphorus. Both are critical for building bone. And there are two forms of vitamin D, vitamin D2 and vitamin D3. D3 is considered by some researchers to be the only truly active form of vitamin D. Vitamin D function and uses in the body. It's most important in regulating calcium metabolism in the body, normal calcification of the bones, as well as influencing the body's use of the mineral phosphorus. Both calcium and phosphorus with other minerals make up our bones. It is also helpful in maintaining the nervous system, heart function, and for normal blood clotting, all which are affected by calcium levels. Functionally, vitamin D is more like a hormone than a vitamin, as it is produced in one part of the body, the skin, and released into the blood to affect other tissues, the bones. If vitamin D is low, blood levels of calcium and phosphorus decrease, and the body pulls these minerals from the bones, which creates osteomalacia, the loss of bone mineral or adult rickets. Osteoporosis is the loss of bone mass, which is minerals and proteins together. The use of vitamin D in the body is primarily to prevent or to cure rickets, which is the vitamin D deficiency disease. It is also used to maintain healthy bones, dentition, prevent tooth decay, aid in healing fractures, osteoporosis, and other bone problems. Taking vitamin D with vitamin A together has been shown in some studies to reduce incidence of colds, to treat diabetes, cataracts, visual problems, allergies, sciatic pain, skin problems, myopia, conjunctivitis, asthma, you name it. Some food sources, a major source of vitamin D for most humans is synthesized from the exposure of the skin to sunlight, typically between 1,000 hours and 1,500 hours in the spring, summer, and fall. Vitamin D produced in the skin may last at least twice as long in the blood compared with ingested vitamin D. Plant foods are low in D2, with mushrooms and dark leafy greens containing some. Plants do not have cholesterol, the initial building block for vitamin D3. When sunlight hits the plant leaf, it converts ergosterol into ergocalciferol, D2, but does not appear to have all the same functions as the cholesterol-based vitamin D3. For this reason, the animal-derived forms of vitamin D, which can be converted by the body into fully active D3, may be the most desirable supplementation forms. Animal foods that provide vitamin D include fatty fish like tuna, mackerel, salmon, beef liver, cheese, egg yolks, and foods fortified with vitamin D like orange juice and cereals. To get vitamin D from food, fish is a good option. 3 ounces of cooked salmon has about 570 IU. Recommended daily intake for vitamin D. So vitamin D is stored not only in the liver, but also the skin, brain, spleen, and bones. UVBs are the only wavelengths of light that can activate vitamin D in our skin cells. Vitamin D must be finely tuned in regard to the right therapeutic level than most other vitamins. Symptoms of vitamin D toxicity can easily occur when vitamin D is taken in large amounts or with excessive sun exposure. So here we have the age groups and the recommended dietary allowance per day. And we have infants, children. You guys can stop it and pause it if you just want to see the recommended dietary allowance. And while there are a handful of foods fortified with vitamin D, few foods contain vitamin D naturally. And those that do are usually animal-based. Foods naturally high in vitamin D, starting with cod liver oil, rainbow trout, salmon. We also have some in white mushrooms, tuna, eggs, and then fortified foods. So that would be milk. It mentions almond, oat milk. I don't recommend soy milk. And cereals, I would avoid the refined carbohydrates. To know if you need a vitamin D supplement, you first need a blood test to determine your vitamin D level. How much you might need to supplement depends on this number, and only take a vitamin D supplement if recommended by your doctor. And based on that outcome of the blood test, take only the recommended amount. I listed here people who might be at risk for vitamin D deficiency. I also included dietary supplements and included possible drug interactions and listed all the references to make this wonderful presentation for you all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up so we can make sure that we get our channel in the algorithm. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. As always, be your beautiful selves. Be getting in some sunshine. The vitamin D is essential. And be getting in some nature. When you do that, we'll all be rising.